Good afternoon, dear students. Welcome once again. Welcome to this session of video session for class 5 social studies, in which we are going to read about chapter number 3. Name of the chapter is natural calamities. Natural means which occur in nature, and calamities means devastating situations, destructive situations, right? So let's learn more about these natural calamities in this chapter. First, let's start with jump start. We have to write T for true and F for false. So houses in regions that receive heavy rainfall are built on stilts. Yes, it is true, because the regions that receive heavy rainfall, their houses are needed to be built at higher location or at higher places. So in order to make their houses at higher level, they use stilts, or long bamboo sticks are known as stilts. So on stilts houses are made so that heavy rainfall, if can cause floods, also can't affect the houses. B. Floods often occur at places with scanty rainfall. It is false. Floods often occur at places with heavy rainfall, not scanty rainfall. Scanty rainfall means low, very few. Rainfall brings relief to drought affected areas. Drought means yes, sukha. So rainfall brings relief to drought affected areas. Yes, true. Rainfall really brings relief to the drought affected areas. Houses in rural Rajasthan have thick mud walls because the state experiences a cold climate. The houses in rural Rajasthan have thick mud walls because the state experiences a cold climate. No, the state of Rajasthan not experiences a cold climate, so the statement is false. Your question is, why do houses in hilly regions have slanting roofs? So the answer is, houses in hilly regions have slanting roofs so that snow and water falling on them can fall off. If I am going to talk about the hilly areas, then there might be a possibility that in hilly areas there might be snowfall as well as rainfall. So if there is a rainfall, then water will not get collected on the roof, and if there is a snowfall, then snow fall down from the roof. That's why roofs are made in slant shape. Slant shape means in a diagonal shape. Okay, now moving on to the chapter natural calamities. What do you mean by the term natural calamities? Natural disasters are caused by natural processes of the earth that can result in loss of life and property. Always remember this fact, that whenever a natural calamity or a natural disaster occurs, it causes loss of life and property. So natural disasters are caused by natural process of the earth that can result in loss of life and property. Extreme changes in the weather conditions such as heavy rainfall, high temperature, or changes that take place inside the earth's surface can lead to natural disaster. Now the question is, what causes the natural disaster? What is the factor that causes the natural disaster to happen? It is the changes that take place inside the earth's surface. The changes that takes place inside the earth's surface are responsible for causing up of natural disaster. So natural calamities are natural disasters caused by changes occurring inside the earth's surface, which can result in loss of life and property. Extreme changes in the weather conditions such as heavy rainfall, high temperature or changes that take place inside the earth's surface can lead to natural disaster. So what are the factors that bring the natural disaster? Any change inside the earth's surface, heavy rainfall, high temperature. These are the factors that can lead to natural disaster, that can lead to disaster. Now let's learn about disasters in detail. First disaster, natural disaster, or you can say natural calamity, is your earthquake. What is an earthquake? It is a tremor. What is the meaning of tremor? Tremor means shaking. An earthquake is a tremor. It is shaking of the earth that occurs due to sudden movement or vibration below the earth's surface. If there is a sudden movement, if there is a vibration inside the earth's surface, then there is a shaking of the earth, and this shaking of earth is known as earthquake. Clear? Sometimes the vibrations are so powerful that they can damage buildings, bridges, roads, etc. and cause deaths. So, what is earthquake? It is vibration. Vibration that occur inside the earth's surface. Sometimes vibrations are very powerful. They are so much powerful that they can damage buildings, bridges, roads, etc. And it can take away the life of the people. That means it can cause death. Which means that if the shaking of the earth is very powerful, then they can damage buildings, bridges, roads, everything. But sometimes it is so mild, it is so light that it cannot be even felt. So both type of shaking occurs, either very powerful shaking or very less shaking. Sometimes it is so mild, it is so less that it cannot be even felt. The intensity of earthquake is highest at epicenter. Now you have to understand this thing very carefully. What do you mean by the term intensity and what is epicenter? There is a statement that the intensity of earthquake is highest at epicenter. Intensity means, yes, the power. So the power of earthquake is highest. Highest shaking takes place where? At epicenter. Now what is epicenter? It is a place from where the earthquake begins, or from where the earthquake starts. The earthquake starts from or originates from epicenter. So the intensity of earthquake is highest at epicenter. That means the place where it originates, the place where it is maximum, and it is a place where it originates. Epicenter is a place where it originates. The intensity is measured with a device called seismograph. It is also to be noted that the intensity, the power, the magnitude, the strength of the earthquake is measured with a device, special device called seismograph. So seismograph is an instrument, it is a device for measuring the intensity of the earthquake. Right? One of the major earthquake occurred in Gujarat on 26 January 2001. You might also be remembering On 26th of January 2001, major earthquake occurred in Gujarat. Thousands of people died and city destroyed. So thousands of people died in that incident and the city got destroyed. The epicenter was near Bhuj. So you might be remembering Bhuj earthquake of Gujarat. Very powerful, very intensified. And the epicenter of that earthquake was near Bhuj, which suffered maximum destruction. Okay, so epicenter of that earthquake was near which place? Near Bhuj, which suffered maximum destruction. Now, safety measures. What are the measures? What are the precautions that we can take during the earthquake? It is to be noted that when earthquake occurs, we should move out of building at once. Whenever the earthquake occurs, we should move out of the building. Go to the open areas away from building, trees or electric poles. So this is the first precaution that we can take during the earthquake. Whenever the earthquake occurs, we should move out of building, go to open area away from the building, because suppose if earthquake occurs and if because of that sudden tremor, because of that sudden shaking or vibration of the earth, if the building falls, then it fall on our head, it will fall on our body and it can take our life. So when the earthquake occurs, we should move out of building, go to open areas away from building, trees or electric poles. In the same way, we should move away from trees if tree will fall. Obviously, if we will be nearby to the trees, it may fall onto us. In the same way, we should move away from the electric poles also, because there might be a chance that electric poles are going to fall on our body. Moreover, another precaution, keep away from breakable items. We should move ourselves away. We should keep ourselves away from breakable items. Breakable items which are going to break, which may break. So we should keep ourselves away from breakable items such as mirrors, glass, doors and windows. You see, every material is breakable, especially glass materials. So if they are going to break, their small pieces may scatter in every direction, and if we are nearby to this breakable material, then their pieces may struck our body and cause damage to our body and can cause injury. So we should keep away from breakable items. These breakable items like mirrors, glass, doors, windows, so that these items do not cause injury to our body. Okay, right? Yes. So these are the two precautions we should use during earthquakes. Now another disaster, another calamity is your volcanic eruption. In order to understand volcanic eruption, we should understand the surface of earth, or we should understand the structure of the earth, especially inside of our earth. Volcanic eruption, volcano means, yes, very true, Jwalamukhi we used to call it. Volcanic eruption, that means when the Jwalamukhi bursts. So the earth is made up of 4 layers: crust, mantle, outer core and inner core. The earth is made up of these four layers: crust, outermost surface is the crust, the middle layer is your mantle, and the innermost layer is the core. Core is divided into outer core and inner core. So earth is made up of four layers: crust, mantle, outer core and inner core. As we go down from crust to inner core, the temperature increase. You should know that as we move inside the earth, when we go deep inside the earth, the temperature increases. Yes, dear students, always you should remember that when we go deep, when we go down from crust to inner core, the temperature increases. Due to high temperature, the rocks below the surface of earth are in molten state, which is called magma. It should also be noted that if we go very deep inside the earth, the temperature is so high that you can find everything, you can see everything in molten manner. Molten means semi-solid, almost like a liquid, semi-solid paste. So because of high temperature, everything, rocks, minerals, everything you can find over here in molten state, in semi-solid paste, which is nothing but magma. So the rock below the surface of earth are in molten state, which are called magma. Slowly these magma, which are formed deep inside the earth, travels to the surface, and as it reaches the surface, it erupts, it blasts through the opening on the top of mountain. This mountain, which has an opening, is called the volcano. If I am going to ask you what is volcano, it is a mountain whose top is open. Mountain having an opening on the top is called volcano. So when magma reaches the surface, it erupts, it blasts through an opening on the top of the mountain called volcano. Magma rises through main opening. The main opening, which is at the top, magma rises through it, comes out through it. That is also called vent. So main vent of volcano is the place from where magma comes out, erupts. But sometimes it also comes out of certain weak points on the sides of volcanoes. Sometimes it usually happens that these magma comes out through small cracks, fissures, not from the top but on the sides of the mountain. And that's why these small cracks, fissures, are called secondary vent. So main vent, main opening at the top of the mountain, and secondary vent, that means cracks or fissures that develop on the side of the mountain or the volcano. Okay, so these are the two vents or openings through which the molten magma comes out, either through the main vent or through the secondary vent. Lava also cause damage to life and property. Lava is almost having a temperature equivalent to that of sun. Not equivalent, but not less than that also. Lava, very hot, molten magma, can have the capability of changing anything into liquid, into semi solid paste, whatever touches it or whatever comes in contact with the lava, right? So it causes damage to life and property. Very dangerous material, lava or magma, even dangerous than your molten iron. It can take your bones away, can melt your bones also. Such a powerful and such a heating component. What is the safety measure that we can use during any volcanic eruption? Evacuate the people. Evacuate means make the people to leave out. Make the people to get out from those area who are living near the volcanoes to safer places. This is the only way. You cannot fight against these natural calamities or disasters. Instead, rather, you should protect yourself by escaping away from these areas, by escaping away from these places, fleeing away, running away from these places. Whenever there is a chance of volcanic eruption, and if you are living near the volcano, you should evacuate the area, you should empty that area sooner, as soon as possible. This is the only safety measure for those people who are living near the volcanoes, and we should take these people to the safer places. Another disaster, calamity, tsunami. It is a Japanese word, tsunami, which means harbor wave. Harbor waves, another name is tsunami. You might have heard about tsunami. Yes, it has caused great destruction and devastation recently in our Andaman and Nicobar and in the coastal areas like Tamil Nadu, Andhra, and all those areas wherever there is a seashore. Tsunami is a Japanese word meaning harbor wave. What is it? It is series of giant waves. What do you mean by the term giant? Giant means very big. So it is series, number of big waves formed in sea and oceans. So tsunamis are the giant waves formed in seas and oceans. Like other natural calamity, it can also cause loss of life and destruction of property. So loss of life and destruction of property is caused by this calamity, this disaster also, tsunami. You might be very well remembering that on 26th December 2004, a strong underwater earthquake near west coast of Sumatra in Indonesia caused huge tsunami. So this is the place where it originated, in west coast of Sumatra in Indonesia. And see, it has traveled to a long place and affected almost 11 countries including India. It hit 11 countries including India, right? So tsunami is a Japanese word meaning harbor wave. It is series of giant wave formed in sea and ocean. It can cause loss of life and destruction of property. You might be remembered very well that on 26 January 2004, a strong underwater earthquake near west coast of Sumatra in Indonesia caused huge tsunami. It hit 11 countries including India. What are the safety measures? Safety measures during tsunami. Be alert to the signs of tsunami. whenever there is a sign of tsunami, whenever a sign or signal being given by the government or some agency that a tsunami is going to come, then we should be alert. Whenever there is a sign of tsunami that a sudden rise or draining of ocean water is happening, we should be alert. We should pay attention to emergency information and alerts. Whenever alert is given from the government side, whenever an emergency information is being given from the government side that a tsunami is going to happen, a tsunami is going to come, we should pay attention to these emergency information and alerts. Moreover, we should move away from coastal areas and get to higher ground if possible. So at the same time, we should move away from coastal areas also and go to the higher ground so that less destruction can be caused to our life. So these are the safety measures relating to tsunami. So we have read about three disasters, basically earthquake, volcanic eruption and tsunami in this video session. Rest of the calamities we are going to continue in next session. Till then, have a nice day, have a wonderful day. Bye.